This show definitely had quite a few things that just kind of skimmed over or just didn't make sense. I honestly don't remember most of the pirates' names because there's a bunch of them and not a lot of them get that much development besides the main two, Blackbeard and what's his name? Can't even think of it now. But I literally just finished it a minute ago. But Carl is this bird. He gets killed off. And they make it a big deal for that episode and that episode only. It's never mentioned again. Though, to be fair, there was only like 2 or 3 episodes after it, but still. Then, most of the show is Blackbeard spending time with the captain. Steed, that's his name, Steed. Something along that lines. But there's an episode where he's like all... I don't know how to describe it, but... You know, he's really into it. Tells Blackbeard to get up on his feet because he's the captain or whatever. And then Blackbeard is like, is he always like this? Even though he spent several days with him at this point. Probably weeks. But as of the show, it was like 5 episodes, I think. Or 4. Like, I don't think they really understand stuff like that. Then, Blackbeard is supposed to get rid of the crew because he wants to forget about his boyfriend. They never actually say what he thinks happened to his boyfriend. Like, if he thinks he was killed, if he thinks he abandoned him, they never really say. So I thought that was weird. We know what happened to him. The guy's brother tried to kill him, and he accidentally killed himself. And then he went to go spend some time with his family. Then he went to go back to see Blackbeard. But he never got to see Blackbeard because Blackbeard abandoned the crew and got rid of all of them because he wanted to forget about him. Yet he also didn't get rid of all of them. He kept 2 of them. He kept the one that could sew, even though I'm pretty sure most of them could somewhat sew since there was 4 different flags, since they couldn't decide which flag to use unless they made the design or they told him what design they wanted and then he sewed it. I don't know. And then he also kept Jim, who they never really say what is with her, but they use all different types of pronouns with her. They use they use them, they use he, and they also use she. But she was a pretty cool character for what we did see of her. But yeah, Jim, he really wasn't, a big thing, so there's not too much to talk about him. I do think this show has probably some of the best representation I've ever seen in a show or a movie. But it's just not that good. Black Pete has this relationship with, Lucius. Lucius is his name. Lucius gets killed in the final episode. He gets thrown overboard. And they have some good moments together, but it's just that moments, they don't really get that much. I really like the moment where he gave him a makeshift finger that he made. It was a good moment. And then there was also the scene where they get captured by the English or Spanish or whatever, and they call each other babe. But besides that, they had one kiss together and then he's killed. So, it kind of sucks. And then same with Blackbeard. They have one kiss together, and then Blackbeard turns evil. Even though this show says that he's already had history, it repeatedly tries to act like he's always been a bad guy. There's even a thing with Calico Jack where they say that he burned people alive and listened to them scream. Yet now he's just now a bad guy because he cut someone's toe off and put it in their mouth, even though he said he's done that before. So he's just kind of going back to being a bad guy, I guess. I also thought it was weird that this was just like one scene where he gets his beard shaved because he has to work for the Spanish or whatever. And the captain is like, "Hey, you look so weird without your beard or whatever." And he was like, "You're Blackbeard. You can't be Blackbeard but not have a beard." Even though through most of the show he always called him Edward, not Blackbeard. So what's the difference for him specifically? But yeah, that's about it. It was a pretty decent show.